Hey everybody, what is going on? How you all doing? We are here to decide the Stream Series NCAA 14 team. We went ahead and we took 6 teams, starting here with Minnesota. We simulated through a season in the last couple streams with 6 teams, trying to get the best recruiting class we possibly could. As you can see there, we picked up a quarterback and we picked up a nice fast halfback here in Nate Adkins. 92 speed. Unfortunately, he's buried in the depth chart. We did get a gem fullback here, a +8 gem, 77 overall for Minnesota. So that would be an interesting player in a series. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to vote on what would make the most entertaining series for you. Here is the wide receiver, Sam Bell, who was recruited, 88 speed. And then at the bottom here, we did get a bust wide receiver, Chad Hodge. Got him because he is 92 speed with a red shirt. He could be solid. Tight ends, we did get 2 tight ends for Minnesota, a 3-star and a 4-star tight end. 85 speed, that one tight end. That is going to be deadly, especially after a red shirt season, more than likely. Didn't get too much on the offensive line here. Would have liked to have more in the trenches, actually on both sides of the ball. We did get a defensive tackle, Mark Ingram, not the running back, the defensive tackle. 78 overall, a +6 gem, so he is going to be a monster. Linebacking core is already pretty good, but we did add Brown here, and he is a 76 overall +4, 3-star player. 6'2", 237 should be pretty decent for us. In the secondary, we really upgraded some guys here with a 93 speed and 91 speed in Ulysses Forte, another 91 speed JUCO Junior in Patrick Campbell, and another 93 speed in Marcus Phillips, who does not look like a Marcus Phillips, but whatever. Not going to judge. We did get Jefferson, who is a JUCO Junior. He is a 94 speed free safety, so that would be very interesting, especially if I was able to use him. And then we have Brian Gorman at a 70 overall +3. Strong safety, not too interesting, but they already have a good incumbent player. There's their kicker and punter, so that is Minnesota. The second team that we would go ahead for is Rice. Now, Rice, this one's going to be interesting. They ended up getting a lot of pretty good recruits. They got Chris Curtis, probably the most interesting quarterback recruited in the last 2 streams. He is up there with Parham Crow's quarterback, Joe McIntyre, and Legion's quarterback, Leonard Robinson. He is a 92 speed athlete at quarterback, so he'd be very interesting. We did get James Stort, a 91 speed halfback. Also, Dustin Thompson, a JUCO sophomore at halfback, 88 speed. Ended up having to take a walk-on for fullback. We weren't able to recruit one. We did get Pat Williams, a 6'1", 93 speed wide receiver. So we got a fast quarterback, fast running back, fast wide receiver. Already looking pretty good. We did recruit a few linemen here. As you can see, 3 freshman linemen coming in. They're not that amazing, but they're good enough. And we did recruit a 77 in Quinn Maxwell, who looks like he is going to be a hell of a tackle to come. We recruited a gem defensive end in Davis and a JUCO junior defensive end in Thomas. We recruited a left outside linebacker in Sterling Brown. He's not that amazing, but good for depth. And then we recruited a fantastic secondary. An 80 overall JUCO junior, 92 speed in Downing. Phil King, who is a freshman, 80 overall, 92 speed from my home state of Jersey. And Travis Brown, a 77, 95 speed corner. And then Robert Stratton, a 76, 92 speed, +9 gem. So a lot of gems out there in the secondary. That is 4 guys, including 1 JUCO. Did not recruit a free safety. Oh, yeah, we did. We had a JUCO junior by the name of Adam Horn. He is a 98 speeder. So that secondary is monstrous over there at Rice, and as you can see, special teams not too bad either. Okay, the third team that we would go ahead and get a recruiting class for is San Jose State University. San Jose State did get an interesting class themselves. They got two quarterbacks that are pretty quick in Roberts and Henry here, a 77 and a 76, 84 and 83 speed respectively. So both of those guys should be pretty interesting. They did not recruit a halfback, but they did get a fullback freshman here, 71 overall. So he's not too bad. They did get JUCO junior Paul Setzer, who is a 97 speed. They also got Jim McKnight, who is a 93 speed. They also got JUCO Hayes here, who is 6'4", only 86 speed, but 6'4". If that guy goes up anything next season, he'll be crazy. And then they got Smart, the JUCO junior, who is an 88 speed at 6'1". They did not recruit a tight end, but they were able to get some good linemen here in Zach Odom, the freshman, 75 overall. They also went ahead and recruited a 72 overall guard, JUCO sophomore in Tim Walker. They also recruited freshman center Jason Keller, who looks like he'll be good for some years to come here on the squad. They also recruited Ryan Kerr, a 76 overall guard, and a 78 overall JUCO junior tackle. So somebody at every spot, including two right tackles here, as they did get a freshman as well in O'Brien. They didn't get anything at left end, but they did get a walk-on defensive end here. We didn't recruit him. We scouted him. We weren't really trying to get him. He just kind of walked on without any points or anything. And didn't really recruit any linebackers. But they did get some secondary help here with Travis Thomas, a 95 speed, and another 95 speed in Colby Kelly. So a couple 95 speed corners coming in the wings there behind the incumbent players. And then Jason Hobbs, an 89 speed free safety. And then they were also able to recruit JUCO junior Quentin Smith, a 94 speed strong safety. They already had a nice junior kicker. They had a nice senior punter, and they were able to recruit a JUCO punter as well. So San Jose State, pretty darn interesting, as well as Rice. Minnesota, probably not as great so far, but if you vote for them, that's fine. The next team that we did is Duke. Now, Duke is probably the best true rebuild that we have here. They have a lot of good players, but the good players are older players, like their quarterback there, the junior redshirt. But we were able to recruit Jason Young for the future. Weren't able to get halfback, but they look like they're pretty stacked at halfback for the future, which is pretty good. They're also good at fullback for now with a sophomore redshirt. They look like they're going to lose 4 receivers at the end of the season this year. And the only one who's truly young is Johnson down there at the bottom. But we were able to recruit Lamar Murphy, so they will have 2 92 speed receivers for years to come. Then we were able to recruit a left tackle in Marcus Alexander, a 74 overall. We were also able to bring in JUCO junior Austin Swain and center Toby Harris. So some good players on the offensive line. We were able to bring in a left end in Cody Mullins. We were able to bring in JUCO junior Reed. He's a 77 outside linebacker. We can move him if we need to. We have Trent Oliver, the freshman middle linebacker. At corner, we were able to recruit a JUCO and Walter Purcell, who is a 78 overall with 94 speed. And then we were able to recruit an 80 overall strong safety, 88 speed. He is just monstrous. So there are some pretty darn good players throughout this class. We were able to recruit a freshman punter as well. Some pretty good players throughout this class, though probably not the best team, but probably the most true rebuild, maybe. And then we went on to Louisiana Tech. Now, Louisiana Tech is interesting because the players that we recruited here, I think, 10 of the top 12 players on the squad, or players we recruited, including Dodd here, who is a 78 with 78 speed for quarterback. We were able to recruit 2 running backs. Prince, who would be an 88 speed as a 79 overall. And then Stone, who would be a 76 overall with 90 speed. So we'd have a little bit of, I guess, thunder and lightning there, if you want to call it that way. Then we have Dustin the Gaming Dad's brother from another right here in Jared Kraft, who is a 91 overall. I moved him from halfback, and he actually went up as a fullback, so very fortunate there. Then we have Travis Jackson, a 94 speed receiver, 6'1". Then 6-foot JUCO Junior with 94 speed as well. So a couple 94 speed receivers we can use as weapons. And then JUCO Junior Jeremy Bostic, who is a 90 speed. Then at tight end, we were able to recruit one guy. McKnight there is going to be a hell of a weapon. But we also brought in Foster, who can be a weapon for the future as a freshman, 67 overall with 84 speed. We brought in Adam Sherman, who's probably the best lineman on the team at a 78 overall. And then we brought in JUCO Junior Steve Jude, who's also a 78 overall at center. Then we brought in freshman right guard, 78 overall, Chad Thomas. So most of the guys we brought in on offensive line are pretty much probably going to start immediately in the series. Then we were able to bring in a DT that we weren't really heavily going after. He's JUCO down there. Williams, a 69 overall. We were able to get that transfer right there that you see. Davis, who is transferring as a sophomore, an 82 overall. But you figure, I believe he's going to have to sit out a season, which is fine. Able to bring in a player there. We're able to bring in a 98 speed, 81 overall corner. Possibly the best pure recruit that we were able to bring in the entire couple streams. Also a 95 speed corner, 78 overall, and then a 94 speed, 69 overall corner. So good players getting recruited there. Then Phil Christensen, an 89 speed, 79 free safety. He would figure to start as well. And then we have the incumbent Jackson at strong safety, but we have 2 strong safety recruits right behind him, Mark Swanson and Brad White, who are both decently quick enough and pretty good strong safeties. All right, so then we look at kicker, and it's an 86 overall. However, we had to take a walk-on punter, so that is like the one downfall of Louisiana Tech in my mind, but it looks like a very nice team to rebuild. We'd get to see a lot of our freshmen play. And then the final team in the running here is Utah State. So the Utah State Aggies, they have 2 incredible senior quarterbacks, but we were able to recruit a quarterback who can come in behind them in Matt Whitfield, who is an 80 overall with 81 speed, so he'll be able to scramble enough, and he looks like he's going to be a hell of a quarterback. They do have a couple senior running backs as well that we will be losing, but we did bring in William Henry behind that, who's an 87 speed. We also brought in Will Brown, who's a 93 speed. So, again, probably a little thunder and lightning right there. Fullbacks we're in trouble with. We'll have to recruit heavily in the coming season if we were to choose this team. But Bruce Carter, a 91 speeder, 79 overall, and then Greg Parker, a 94 speeder at 79 overall. So 2 79 overall freshmen there, and a 71 overall with 91 speed freshmen. So we did bring in some fast freshman wide receivers, no JUCOs. We did bring in a JUCO junior tight end in Maurice Harvey with 82 speed. He can help us out as a backup tight end, second stringer. Corey Graves at center, a 72 overall. Then we bring in Moore, who's a 77 freshman right tackle, and Brian Griffin of Family Guy fame. So 2 good tackles. We bring in Adam Herring, who was a strange reject left for us at the end of the season, and we bring him in at 77 overall. Oh, got to cut that loser right there. We do bring in John Clemens. We didn't really try to get him. We do bring in David White, who is a 67 overall. We also bring in a 70 overall middle linebacker, Chad Harwell. I don't know why they gave us an extra middle linebacker. I guess we play 3-4 on this team, and that's why. We do bring in Joe Woodard, a 77 overall outside linebacker. We did not bring in any corners on this team. That's pretty strange. We also didn't bring in any safeties, so no secondary help on this team. Brought in a bust kicker, who we may or may not use at all. Might cut him. And then we bring in a gem punter. So there you go. That is all of the teams, guys. What I am going to do is I'm going to put 2 cards on this video. So in the top right of the video, you can hit the little eye icon and vote. Only vote on one of the cards because I need you to pick the one team that you want to see a stream series with. So if you vote on both cards, you'll be voting twice, which doesn't make any sense. So vote on one card. The only reason I had to do that is because you can only put 4 options on one card. So I'm going to make 2 cards with 3 options. That way all 6 of the options are laid out in front of you. Please just pick one team. I am trusting you guys on the honor system to do this the right way. Please pick one team so that we have our clear-cut winner for the series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, share it on Twitter. Everybody can vote. Thank you guys so much again, and I will catch you guys on the very next video.